Hello and welcome. In this video, we're gonna see what is a EBS. EBS is basically a elastic block storage. And what does that mean is it's just kind of a pen drive that you attach to your PC, right? So you get additional storage when you attach an EBS to our instance. Whatever storage you want, for example, you need to increase your instance storage to 64 gigs or 128 gigs or whatever, so that is the additional storage that you can attach. Now we have seen this EBS word previously. Let me show you. Let's click on launch instance. And now if we just scroll down and click on any of this, so yes, you can see here root device type is EBS. Okay, so on also you can scroll down and you can click on this advanced and you will see EBS volumes. Okay, so there are two kinds of storage. One is our root storage, that comes by default when you create an instance, and one is EBS volume, that is the external volume that you attach to the instance. Now that let's just create one volume. We can click here as well, and we can go to here, and we have to go to our volumes, and inside here we're gonna click on create volume, and we can create here as well. Okay, now there are different types of volume. General purpose, these are the same thing but different generations. Provisional. Now whatever type of storage you need. For example, if you are building a website that uses a streaming kind of services, so you need a very optimized storage that read and writes very fast. So for that you will need a throughput optimized HDD. Now you can read about these, or I will maybe make a next video on these as well. Now for now we will just use a general purpose. Let me just create it for you and show you. Let's do a 5 GB. Throughput is okay. Availability zone is a 1A. Now note that whichever zone your instance is, for example, my zone, if we will create an instance, we will, and it should be in the same region, in the same availability zones. Okay, same as our volume. Okay, so remember this. If we are creating it in 1A, we will create our instance in 1A as well. All right, snapshot, we will talk about this in a later video. Now click on create volume, and volume is created. We can name it as well, so let's name it a test wall. All right, now let's go to our instance and create one instance. Launch instances. Let's do a test wall. Let's click Ubuntu for now. And see here, 1 GB is already there in this T2 micro. All right, that's fine. 64-bit is fine. I am leaving everything as default here. Okay, so here it is asking 1 GB by default storage, that is the root volume. Okay, now if we want to add a new volume, we can. These are all the this will be the root volume, this will be the EBS volume. Okay, we have already created one, so we will just attach that to this instance later on. Right now just remove it and just launch an instance. All right, so key pair is fine. Let's wait, and it is created. Now we will go to our volumes. Volumes are here. We will click on this. So now, okay, interesting thing, we only created one volume. Now how this two volumes are there? We only created this test wall. Okay, so the reason is inside this volumes tab now, every volume of every instance will come up here, whether it is root volume or an EBS volume. So the instance that we created, 8 GB was the root volume, so it comes up just here. Okay, Now we want to attach this test wall. We're gonna click on action and we're gonna click on attach volume, and we're gonna click on okay, instance is not there, so it is maybe right now initializing. AP South 1 is availability zone. Let's check our instances availability zone, which availability zone it is created in. So it is in South 1B, so we cannot access that. Maybe we can just disable this one. Let's terminate this one and create a new. That, of course. Okay, so let's do a test wall 2 and we will create that in 1A availability zone. All right, Ubuntu is fine right now, and key pair is okay. Proceed without, and we're gonna click on edit. So we're gonna come down here, subnet. We're gonna click on AP South 1A. Okay, if you cannot see AP South 1A, AP South 1B, and 1C, we're gonna click on 1A because our storage is in 1A. All right, so let's launch instance. All right, created. Let's go to our volumes and let's try to attach that volume to this instance. 5. Okay, this one. Let's click on attach volume instance. Now we have this instance because that is in the same availability zone as our volume. Device name, we can use a default one, that is SDF. Attach volume, and volume is attached. Now let's just verify. When we created the instance, 8 GB was the default root volume and 5 GB was when we attached it to it. So let's go to our instance and try to connect to it. Okay, test wall 2. Let's hit connect. We're gonna click on connect. Okay, so it is loaded. Now let's a command is there to see the storages. So that is lsblk list block. So we can see here 8 gigs was the default and 5 gigs is this one. This xvdf is that EBS volume that we created. Okay, so this is verified now. Now right now it is, yes, we can see that it is attached, but we also need to mount our EBS volume to our instances that we see in the next video. But in this video we're gonna just talk about EBS volumes and how they are different from the root volume. So in EBS volume, whenever you delete an instance, so AWS automatically creates a replica of that in the same availability zone. So even if you delete that EBS volume, you can retrieve it from the different availability zone. But if you delete that root volume, you cannot retrieve it. So that is the additional benefit that we get. Okay, so just stay tuned, and in the next video we're gonna see how to mount this. So what is mounting is basically we have attached the pen drive, but the pen drive is in the ejected mode. Remember, we used to eject the pen drive. It is still in the PC, attached to PC, but volume is still there, but it is not in use basically. So it is just ejected. We need to mount that to our instance and then we can use it. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.